Jersey Crypto here. Yo, guys, I've been saying this. Now, this is the See a Coin channel, alright? But it's not the only asset I hold. I do hold it dear to my heart, which I know they say not to do. But I don't really care what other people say. Algorand is going to show you what these smart new investors, listen, get the dumb money. Retail investors, it's not dumb money. Some retail investors hold institutional ideology in investing because they work for institutions, okay? So once these institutions get invested into these protocols, which Algorand already has institutional investors, those institutions are going to relay their investing strategy to everyone that works for them. You know why? Because that's extra money going in that they're not responsible for. Or, I mean, I guess they're trying to be responsible for, but it's not their own money. If they're going to be paying their employees and then guiding them into where they put their money, it's only benefiting their initial investment into, say, Algorand. So, institution invests into Algorand. They also invest in the asset. So they've got money behind the asset, they've got money in the asset. And then what do? They push that ideology onto their employees. Now their employees invest in the asset. That gives them automatic appreciation by more people buying in. That's how these institutions are ahead of the curve, because not only are they the first mover because they're always picking the direction, but then they get to, depending on how big they are, how many employees, how many other companies are under them, under the umbrella, they get to spread that word to their own ecosystem to grow everything. So, know what institutions do. That's what they do. They are involved in growing their assets and what new assets that they own that help back the structure of the company. But then they also spread the word, and the first people that find out are their own employees, the direction that they're headed. Okay? And the employees that are going to jump the gun a little bit sooner are going to benefit a little more. You know, people that were paying attention to the markets and saw that, say, the institution that they're working for has chosen some, crypto assets, and they got in as they started to hear that news, or maybe there was like some type of rumor going around, whatever it is, the person that enters sooner will obviously get that little extra appreciation. So, that being said, Algorand, I'm telling you, it's building up for a move right now. And just for observation purposes, I'm not telling anyone to invest other than myself. But watch Algorand. It's going to move. And it's going to show you that all my past videos are the reason why. But it's gonna give those more credibility. Now, it's as simple as this. Algorand's benefiting and reassuring that all the initial, the initial ideas that institutions give to their, and I'm talking about pharmaceutical companies, investment companies, banks, eventually, all that stuff. What do they talk about? APY, some type of return, some type of instant satisfaction of constant growth. Now, the only way to get that is with coins like Algorand, with coins like Cosmos, with coins like Ethereum right now. Other than staking Ethereum, you're locking it up. You're also locking up your appreciation in Ethereum. So honestly, I don't think it's as favorable. Those are the coins that are going to see this type of growth from these new investors. And it's going to be constant. And depending on how many employees and how many umbrella companies under them that they can get a reach to, that are going to just start shoveling money into these coins and constantly, that aren't even going to look at the market because that's what they were saying. Like, I could take one person's outlook and easily realize that it's not that just their outlook. They were told these things as well as everyone else around them in their own infrastructure. Like, they are the infrastructure of these companies. So when the companies put these words down, all the employees inherit them. If you know anyone working for like any type of institution, any type of like company like that, they're going to spread that type of ideology in investing because one, it benefits them. When they know the direction of everyone working under them, then they know how to lead it. It just makes sense. It just is what it is. Like, as an outside observer, that's what I observe. I don't work for an institution. I work for myself. But, there's hurdles with that. Like, I have to observe what these people and institutions are doing because I'm not in the mix. You know what I mean? So I have to be an outside observer, but that's what I am. That's the thing too. Like, you see a company like all these investment companies that are behind right now. For some reason, I can't think of any, but so I'm not going to try and come up with names. But like, if you look at the companies that are investing into these cryptocurrencies, don't stop there. Like, look at other investments those companies are making, or whether they're putting more money in. Pay attention to the company itself. Who's working for those companies? Is there anyone in your life that is involved with that business or anything like that you can talk to, that you could kind of get some type of understanding in the direction that they're going? You know what I mean? Because when a company's focus is capital growth specifically, those are the companies you want to, like, all companies are invested into growth, but when they're invested into their own growth, like if it's a production company, they have to focus on production. It's a little bit more isolated to their own value to the world. Where an investment company that's only investing into more capital, and they're not a production company, and they're just putting all of their money into assets and like leading the direction of the money, that it all starts by acquiring somehow a boatload of money and then giving it a direction that you think is going to grow it the fastest. Hedge funds, all that stuff. We got to start paying attention to where they are dipping their fingers in, because crypto's already provided an attraction in the amount of growth over the past 10 years. Really getting it. Crypto's already gained such an attraction to so many people, and the numbers speak for themselves. It's a multi-trillion-dollar market now. I mean, I remember when it didn't even reach, a couple billion in the beginning. Like, it's crazy. So, just where's the money coming in from? And where it's going, like in the beginning of this video, it's going to Algorand, probably going to Cosmos. Any coins that are giving some type of return constantly, those are the coins these institutions are adopting, because all it does is give them more credibility for stuff they've been preaching for years to their umbrella companies and all the employees under them. There has to be some type of there's got to be a comfort in relating. They have to be able to relate to the type of returns. You can relate to money as well, and how money acts, how assets act. So relatable is key. Now, any of those coins that are giving returns on like some of these like websites and stuff that are like, thousands of percent and this and that, and again, if people are making money on that, that's great, but there's no way that institutions are going to try and adopt that and give the actual asset itself that type of growth. You got to think that APY, if the only thing you're counting on is the APY because the actual coin doesn't appreciate at all ever, or who knows, that coin might be gone in 3-4 months. Who knows? If they're going to attract people, if the only attraction is some crazy ass APY, then where's the actual credibility of the coin and the asset itself? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be really hard to try and turn down if you've got if you got your money in a place that's feeding you money, or feeding itself money, however it's working constantly, then it's going to be hard to pull your money out. And then who's to say that coin doesn't just go to zero, and then it doesn't matter how much you have? You know what I mean? And if they inflate, they have to have a unlimited inflation rate to even give out that type of APY. So are you allowed to cash out constantly, or are you just watching a number on the screen? You know what I mean? If anyone has been in that kind of stuff, I would like to hear about it, just so that I'm more aware. But Jersey crypto, let's get those crypto gains, baby. I gotta get to work. Have a good day.